Hey there, badasses. I'm Renee, and you're listening to Unapologetically Badass, rocking midlife through hormones, life, and wealth. Here, we don't shy away from tough topics.
And that's right. And I'm Sierra. Thanks, Renee. Together, we're going to just tackle all kinds of things from, like Renee said, midlife, menopause, wealth, whatever it is. And we're going to just get down to it and get to the heart of it and be raw, real, and truly unapologetic. Hey, girlfriend.
Hello there, girlfriend. Hey, everyone. We are so excited to welcome you to our very first episode 1 podcast, our Unapologetically Badass, The Journey Begins. I am Renee Carbone Fleming, and
I am Sierra Whitener. I'm so happy to be here.
This is so great. So cheers, girlfriend. Woo!
Yeah, you guys might see us with some wine quite often. Just saying,
like if I go for blood, I literally bleed Cabernet. So you're going to see that in lots of these episodes. I think that's why I'm going to be I'm well preserved.
I'll be bleeding Malbec, just so y'all know.
There you go. You bleed Malbec and I bleed Cabernet, but red wine is good for the heart. So we're health conscious, Sierra.
And hormones, lady. It's good for the hormones. Let's just be honest. For sure. So we are so excited to have this podcast and have this tool that we can share some of our crazy life stories, but really try to help as many women as possible embrace and unleash their inner badass. So we know that there's a story behind everyone. We've all lived like crazy fun lives, and we want to celebrate it. We want to embrace it, and we want to show women that no matter where you are in life, there's always goodness and greatness right around the corner. So, why don't you start off by sharing a little bit about you, Sierra? Okay, well, about me, but I also need to kind of share how you and I got connected. Do we want to do that later? Because I think that who I am meets Renee. And I'll explain that later, but it's really the truth, ladies, because you have all these walks in life and you go through all these things and it puts you in the exact moment of where you're supposed to be. And you're like, what the fuck? That's amazing. Yeah. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. But a little bit about me, born and raised in California. So I'm a Californian, but I spent all of my adult life out of California. So that is really where all of my roots started. But anyways, back to who I am. I, again, raised in California. I had a mom and dad that I love very, very much. Unfortunately, I do have a mother who is a drug addict. So I would say that this really has molded me. Mm-hmm. It has made me the woman that I am, but it has also put a passion and a fire in me to empower and help women because of her. But you can't, and this would be a different episode of like, you can't help people who don't want to be helped. Mm-hmm. My father was always an entrepreneur from the time that I was in diapers. And a lot of the reason was because he was a single dad. So he had to dabble in anything and everything in order for us to survive. He had 3 daughters to take care of. It was later in our lives that he met my amazing stepmother. And, so I was one of those turnkey kids, came home, ran around the house with a knife trying to stab my sister kind of, thing. I'm the oldest, so of course I'm bossy, and
we were home alone. I love you.
We do. We have so much in common. So that's kind of my life as a child. Yeah. So what do? Dummy me, I joined the army, right? Can't afford college. I have a drug addict mom. My parents are barely making it. So it's kind of like be a shitbag for the rest of my life. Do nothing with my life. Can't afford college, so I'm going to work at this fast food place forever or go try to be something and do something. So I did. I had no clue. You guys, the second I got off that bus, they said, get down. And I was like, get down what? What are we getting down on? Okay, this is me. I had no idea. They called me, I don't know if you guys seen the movie Private Benjamin. Yeah, they teased me and called me Private Benjamin. But I'll tell you what, I could exercise very, very well. So I maxed those PT tests, learned to shoot all kinds of different weapons, and you better believe I was damn good at it too, and ranked up to sergeant really, really quickly. Little Private Benjamin, a sergeant, now in charge of a platoon. Who would have thunk?
Oh my God.
And that is where my journey started. Leadership for me was from that point on, and entrepreneurship was from the time that I was in diapers. And women are a passion for me. Watching my mother destroy other women, destroying me and my sisters, making decisions that were selfish, taught me to never ever be that. And women can be vicious, and I know we'll have talks about that. They can be, but I love women. I love what we stand for. I love what we go through, and I love everything. And we don't talk about enough shit about what we really deal with. Mm-hmm. And, and I know my mom had her own problems. It doesn't justify her decision making. And so that is a part of my life that I've had to let go. But that was Renee. That's how I met her. We're stranger danger friends because we met on the internet. And we met on the internet and fell in love. And here we are.
And never even met in person yet.
No, we haven't.
We haven't even been in the same freaking room yet. Like, this is crazy. But it was that instantaneous, like, oh, her?
I know you.
I love her. Holy shit, she's freaking awesome. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. So, and that's how we're here. And we want to empower women together.
Yeah.
Renee's like, I just know that there's something we're supposed to do together. And I know without a doubt it is to empower or just make somebody feel really, really normal. Like if you're feeling like, oh, I just don't know if this is how it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. We're going to tell you that. Yes, it is.
Right. I love that. And it's so funny because we have a lot of similarities in life and also, of course, a lot of differences. So for me,
yes.
My biological father committed suicide when my sister and I were kids. And I want to say I might have been 7 or 8. So my mom, single mom, struggled. I grew up with you go to secretarial school, you get a job, you get a pension and you die a slow death. Like that was the formula. My mom remarried, wonderful, fantastic stepdad who took my sister and I in. We were like, they're wonderful people. They ended up having 2 children, two boys, my half brothers, who really are my brothers. But there was such a big age difference. And we were living in a tenement house, 2nd floor. My sister and I grew up junior high and high school. We slept on a pull-out sofa in our living room. So when, I love on them, but it was a little cramped. So I moved out at 17. So I didn't have an option of going to college. It was like, you can maybe go to Catherine Gibbs Secretarial School if you're lucky, if you save your pennies, or, just continue to go to work. I was working since the age of 14, Burger King, McDonald's, like wherever I can get a job, Friendly's, scooping ice cream, doing whatever I can to pay my own way. I wanted those extras in life. I always felt like, not that I didn't belong, but I resonated with those that had the furs and had like the good life. Like I didn't grow up that way, but I was like, I want that. And like, how do I get that? Oh, okay. If I have to work 20 jobs, I'm going to do that. But then here comes, I worked my tush off. Here comes love, marriage, and divorce. And
in that order.
So after 17 years of marriage, like one doesn't really expect to get divorced and life happens. And we're going to get into those episodes as well. It's about life and ish. But, it led me to being a stay-at-home mom and knowing that I wanted a great life for my daughters. And I didn't want their lifestyle to change, even though we had a divorce. So I knew I didn't want to go to work for anyone and have them dictate what I do and when I do it. So that started my entrepreneurial spirit. And I always had two words written on Post-it notes in my office. My ex-husband didn't think I could tie my fucking shoes without them. So I had "watch me" written on Post-it notes because I'm a very thick-headed Italian, Sicilian too. So I'm like, oh yeah, you don't think I can do it? Watch me. So that was my mantra. And that, even though I've always loved on women and had friends, but that moment, that divorce changed me to give me the drive, like you, where I wanted to help women. I never wanted women to feel like they were stuck. Like whether they're stuck in a shitty marriage, a shitty job, a shitty circumstance, like whatever it is, you can get out of it. Unapologetically, you can do it. We can help you. So that's that was kind of like the driving force in being an entrepreneur and trying all sorts of things. And in future episodes, we're going to talk about the ups, downs, failures, obstacles, and how you go about every one of them. But we wanted to let you know like a little bit of our insight and our background so that you can see why we connected and why we wanted this to come to fruition. Because like Sierra said, when we met, like we knew there's something we're meant to do. And I'm a firm believer that God puts people in our lives for a reason. We may not understand what that reason is, and it might be for a season, it might be forever, you never know. But so I felt it, and you did too, and we were like, what is that? Like at some point we're going to do something. And because I've been I'm like, let's do this podcast where you and I, unapologetically badasses, can share our journeys, our life, midlife, struggle, hormones, wealth, building businesses, entrepreneurship, dating, divorce. I mean, name it, there's going to be no topic off limits. In fact, I gave my oldest daughter a warning. I go, there may be episodes where I'm going to tell you might not want to listen to, because I don't know if you want to hear those things from your mom.
How many of you have adult kids? Like, let's just talk that, right?
Yeah, that in of itself.
You don't want to listen, kids. When we talk about you, you don't want to listen to us.
Exactly. Or the concept that your mother might have had sex a few times.
Just a few. Or I was just a whore. Just say it. My boys don't want to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're going to try it on to see what fits. So whatever.
When you divorce, it changes you.
It does. It does change. We're going to get in on that one on a whole other episode. But that's really the reason why we decided to start this podcast. So we truly hope you're going to be part of this journey with us, because we're going to explore so much. And I'm having a surge. I'm calling it's a power surge.
It is.
Just a power surge.
Of water that creates more power and electricity for our hotness.
Yeah. And that's why my video went like into the circle of death, because I think I was just having such a power surge with the excitement of this podcast that I'm like ready to blow a fuse. But there we go. So I would love to, because you and I don't really, like, we know each other. We've had conversations. We haven't met. It's not like we've been lifelong friends or anything like that. Like, yeah. I would love to, ask you a few questions, or you could ask me a few questions. How's that sound?
I love it. And I hope you guys love it, because, as we're getting to know you and you guys are getting to know us, honestly, we're getting to know each other too. And we know that we have a passion for certain things, but there's like these little things that we've kind of like, oh, you've done that too, but we don't know the intimate pieces of it. So as you're getting to know us, we're getting to know each other too. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. Renee, I honestly, everything that I've seen you do, you have your hands in so many things. You empower me every single time you talk. I want to know, with all of the life things that have happened, what would you have told your 20-year-old self? That question, what would you have what would you tell her?
First of all, get over yourself.
Oh.
Like
We're all
everything is,
there.
like when you're 20, you think you have to have your life scripted out. You have to like act a certain
Yes.
way, be a certain way, do things for other people. Fuck that. No, everything is figure outable. You're going to fail a million freaking times. Life is not about all of the happiness. Life is about getting through the shit and how you come over it. So, oh my gosh, if I can go back and just be like, just get over yourself. Like it's going to work out. Have faith, keep a positive mindset, keep working towards your goal. Like just be a good fucking person like you are, but don't worry about the small stuff because it doesn't freaking matter. Like now that I'm turning double nickels this year, which is like, I can't even fucking believe that. I'm sorry. Like, I feel sometimes like I'm still in my 30s. So, but
You look like it. So
thank you very much. But at 20, like we think we know everything. Or at least I did. I thought I knew everything. I thought like I have to have my life path and everything has to be, and have to be like, act like something. When I finally embrace the fact that I am who I am. And, some people are going to like me, some people aren't. And that's okay, because not everyone's going to like me. It's okay. Not everyone's going to like you, 20-year-olds. That's okay. You're going to find your people. So, yeah, get over yourself.
And wear the bikini because look, that collagen goes away.
It does.
Just wear the bikini. No.
Yes. But we do have a solution as you get older.
You do. Take your collagen, people.
Take your collagen,
we will talk about that.
Yes. We can hook you up. That's for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's a great question. Yeah.
I don't know. You want to ask me something, or you want me to ask you something else?
I'll ask you something. Let's see. How about, what do I want to know about you? How about something like, you've had such a really phenomenal life, but was there like a moment, a pivotal moment in your life that made you the badass that you are today?
I love that you say that because I don't have my shit together and I don't have a fabulous life. No, but I do, okay, and I'm gracious. But you know what? Like, I feel like we are forever growing up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, am I ever gonna grow up? Like, when do I grow up, people? So if you feel that, and unlike Renee, I was teased really, really, really bad in school. A lot of it had to do with the fact that with living with a drug addict mother until we were taken away from her, I had to go to 7 different elementaries before 4th grade.
Wow.
So this is a young girl who absolutely cut the world off, was teased at everyone, had to learn how to fight because I had a beautiful young little sister that went to school with me. And watching her be teased, it's like I had to be that defense mechanism of like, it's okay if I'm teased, but you are not going to fuck with my sister. Yeah. Right? So that was how I dealt with it. And so I think the fact of having a toxic mother like I did was that pivotal moment that made me the badass that I was. Yes, I probably could beat you up, okay? I'm just saying, but that's not what makes me a badass. I did own a kickboxing gym, just in case you guys are curious. I do know how to fire a lot of weapons. I actually could blow up a tank in Korea. I did that. So, and repelled out of a helicopter. I'm good.
Oh my God.
But that's not what made me a badass. The badass part was, that I had to learn how to deal with trauma. Mm-hmm. And our age, our midlife age, and a lot of you are going to relate to this, we don't discuss what our child trauma did to us. It was more like, get over it. Yeah. And, nowadays people are more, let's talk about it. Let's understand that trauma. Let's put a word, or let's label you as this because you're fucked up. up. Yeah, we're all fucked up. Okay, let me just say that. But I had, I dealt with my trauma. So that ultimately of just having to defend, and overcome the constant teasing. And I was a nerd. I was going nowhere. I was the nerd. I stayed quiet. I didn't want to make friends, you guys, because I knew they're going to leave me. They're going to abandon me, or I'm going to have to switch schools. And it was finally when my stepmom and my dad got together that they put us in a school, and I stayed with it. And I started to slowly say, okay, I can have friends now, but it was still scary. So guess what I did? I carried it into a marriage. That's not good, y'all. 'Tis the divorce. And here we are. I have the most handsome, and I have one that's single if anybody knows anybody. But anyways, I have the most handsome 3 men in my life that are the loves of my life. And I finally met the man of my dreams. And our 2 crazy, toxic lives, we were able to deal with them and then come together. And sometimes that is even better. But Renee, to sum it up, all that trauma, all of that, that's how I got to be completely unapologetic, because I'm not going to apologize for anybody or anything.
No, I totally understand. I so respect that. And I think that's where a lot of women, once we get to a certain season of our life, I think we all have that unapologetic badass because of our life. Yes. We all go through the ish in our life. So in order to live a well-traveled life, you have to go through the ish. And it's how you come out of it. And if you are that unapologetic and you get through it, you're all badasses. So cheers to the badasses and every single one of us.
Cheers. Love you, bitches. Love you,
bitches. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of wine here.
A lot of cheering. Because look, we're not perfect. We're not perfect, but we do. And I don't understand as women, like, why does it take us 40 years to finally figure out that we don't give a shit what you think about me and what you say? Why couldn't I, like, how I asked you, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? Like, why can't we just figure that shit out early?
Right. Absolutely. I've tried to teach that to my daughters, and I pray and hope that they understand that for sure.
Yeah. So I guess then that leads me to asking you, Renee, is like, if you could change the mindset, or if you could just change one thing about the society views on women in midlife, so what would it be? What would you say? What would you do?
We are not the fucking Golden Girls.
But I love the Golden Girls.
I know, I do too. But I'm older than some of the Golden Girls.
I know, what the hell?
Like, that's crazy. So that's what I want people, women of our age, because you're younger than me. I want people to, keep rubbing that in. That's okay. We'll get there. But I want women in midlife to know that this can be just the freaking beginning. Like, whatever you want. So I've jumped in. I started my businesses. Don't forget, I started my entrepreneurial business after the age of 40. After. And today, I'm still building and growing and trying new things. Am I a podcaster? I wasn't before. Guess what? We are now, bitches. Like,
who cares? We don't care.
Right? Like, try whatever you want. It's not too late. The only regrets you're going to have is the shots that you don't take. So if I could share that with all of us women that are in our midlife, is just fucking go for it. Live unapologetically. Do what you want to do. Be kind, of course. I'm sure that they all are. But, like, just live, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And just have fun while you're doing it.
I love how you just said, look, society, screw you. We aren't golden girls. We are hot. We are beautiful. We still have lots of collagen left in us.
Absolutely. There's a ton. And I thought, like, once you get to, because I always thought, of course, like when we were younger, I used to think my grandmother at 48 was ancient. And right now to be 54, I thought, like, no one's going to have sex then. Like, that's old. And I'm like, well, that's a myth. We're going to debunk that one.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Yes,
like, but
are.
You would, like, I thought midlife was, I'm just going to be home, crocheting. And I can't knit. I can crochet. Fun fact.
I can cross stitch.
I can't cross stitch, but I can crochet one hell of a crooked blanket. Ask my daughters. I've crocheted some blankets, and if you like close one eye, then it looks even. But it's made with love, so it's okay, right? But yeah, I mean, I thought midlife was like you're getting ready for the old age home, and it's going to be about bingo and crocheting and going to the movies. But like we're crushing that. Midlife nowadays is we're getting dressed up. We're going to whoop it up. We want to drink wine. We want to have sex. We can do whatever the fuck we want because we own it.
We can.
We can. Yep.
We can. And I think we're doing it better. We're doing it better than our aunts and our grandmas. And it's like, they kind of just gave up on themselves. And we're like, oh no, that's not happening to us. Sorry. We're not doing it. We refuse.
It's like, no.
And if you're listening tonight and you feel that way and you're like, yes, I refuse, damn it, I will not.
I'm like, I am plumping these bad boy lips up. I'm plumping everything I can up, and you bet.
Yeah, so
bet your ass.
You're in the right place. You are in the right place. Yes.
But it's so funny that you mentioned midlife, because like I know that you've gone through some stuff. I know that there's some myths about menopause and about midlife that, what insights can you debunk about these topics?
Look, one size does not fit motherfucking all. Okay. And if you believe that because your mom had hot flashes, you will too, it's wrong. There's a slight chance, yes. But all of us are different, and do not let anybody tell you that what you are going through is normal. I'm so sick and tired of hearing people say, oh, you have cysts in your breast, it's normal. Oh, you're bleeding heavily, it's normal. Oh, you're a psycho bitch, it's normal. Look, it ain't normal. This is not normal. Okay, so stop telling me I'm normal. It isn't normal, and it's not fair that we have to be told that what we go through as a woman is normal. Yeah. You guys, ladies, it's not. It's unfair. We got handed that Y card when we were in the womb, and that's just unfortunate for us. I'm proud that I got the Y card, right? Yeah. But at the same time, it comes with a lot of responsibility, and it comes with a lot of added things that I didn't know were going to happen. And some of us just breeze right on through, and that's okay. And some of us don't. But the truth is that everybody is different. Everybody wears a different crown when it comes to menopause, premenopausal, just hormones in general. I mean, if you're just listening and you're like 20 and you're like, these two old ladies are crazy, let me tell you, you have hormones that you're going through too that you don't know what in the world is going on. You're still trying to figure out what a cycle is. Okay. You're like, what's my cycle? Do I get it every 28 days? Do I get it every 29 days? Look, that shit's hard. It's hard to figure out. It's hard to keep track of. So, but don't tell anybody like, oh, honey, if you skip your periods, it's normal, or like, it's okay. It's not. So don't take no for an answer either. Like, keep fighting for yourself and be like, no, something ain't right. Exactly. You need to fix this. And I want to know why.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing is, we have to be our own advocates.
We do.
You got to know your body, and we all know women's intuition is such a powerful tool. That's the other thing I'd probably tell my 20-year-old self, right? Listen to that intuition, because
especially when it comes to men.
Oh my God. When we get into that topic, I swear to God, what I'm going to probably be shit-faced, because I think I'm just going to bring the bottle of wine here.
And if you guys all want a topic all night with a bottle of wine just on a woman's intuition, just put it in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to have so much fun. So literally, like Sierra said, there is going to be no topic that we don't cover between, like we said, divorce, entrepreneurship. We're going to give you tips on growing businesses, because, I mean, fuck, we're badasses. And
everybody needs a supplemental income, Renee.
Yes.
I don't really care if you're a lawyer or a doctor. Like right now, I mean, you're probably even thinking like, how am I going to, pay for that extra trip? Like, girl, we all need to supplement our income. There's ways.
Exactly. And the best way of doing it is to be your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to share tips and strategies on building your own. I love calling it a fuck it fund, because everyone needs a fuck it fund. Whether, right, you want to say like, fuck it, I'm going to quit my job. I don't want to work 80 hours a week as an attorney. Okay. Right?
I want to go to Tahiti. Let's go.
Exactly. Right? Fuck it. I want to fly to Vegas and spend $1,700 a ticket for the Adele concert, because she's going to stop singing for like years and stop performing. I know. But so whatever somebody's fuck it fund is, like, we all want them. So we're going to share tools and tips, and we've been there, we are there, so we are walking the walk and we are talking the talk. And if there are
we're gonna talk,
right?
We're gonna talk about our kids, and we're gonna talk about second marriages, third marriages, divorces. We're gonna talk about dating in your 40s. Yeah, that's a fun one. We want to have special guests on too. We want to listen to other people. We don't want you to just hear our voices all the time, but I mean, we want you to hear from other women too, of like, if they went and walked through it. So if you have a story and you're like, these girls, like, they're my jam, like, I like them, I fit in, tell us, reach out to us, and we'll be like, okay, we want to feature you on one of these, and we want it to be raw. We don't even want to script anything. Some people will script some of these. We don't want to script anything. If we just say the wrong thing, maybe later we'll regret it, but that's what we want. We want to be completely unapologetic.
That's exactly it, because we know that our vibe attracts our tribe. So if we can show other women to be themselves, not filter. There's no filter on the face. There's going to be no filter on the microphones either. So we are who we are, right? I mean, hopefully you want to follow us. Hopefully you want to listen to us and listen to our future broadcasts. And again, comment, message us if there's a topic you want to hear, or if you have your own badass story and you would love to share. We would love to talk to you and maybe have you on an episode. So anything you want to close us out with, Sierra?
I think, should we tease a little of what's going to come in the next couple of weeks? I mean, I think that you guys should have a good idea of what we're thinking and where we're going with this. So like, one thing is silent no more. Okay. Like, we're done as women being silent. And, I think we're about to vote in a couple of months too. So we really want to address of like why we don't want to be silent anymore on all levels. Okay. I don't know. What else do we have up our sleeves, Renee?
I think we have talking about menopause. I think that's one of the topics that we were planning on talking about. What
badass moves? We really want to talk about some badass moves, and I mean, you guys can just think on that one, right? And and then
adulting with adult kids.
Or just how we get to grow up, because like I said, I still haven't figured out how to grow up, and I don't think I ever want to grow up. But then you have these other grown-ups that you've raised, and now they're grown-ups, right?
Yeah. And it's such a great journey. It really is such a wonderful journey to go from having kids to then having adult children who become your friends too, while you're still the parent and still the mom. It's really amazing. So
it's funny because, and Renee, you have girls and I have boys.
Yeah.
So we have such a different perspective of what that friendship looks like. And I think you guys will really enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. And wait till they hear my story, because there's some good and there's some sad. So we're not going to hold back. We're going to share it, because if it can help somebody else, then that's, that makes me and makes us feel good. So we're going to be talking about all of that. We're going to be talking about mastering the entrepreneurial game after the
I thought you were going to say masturbating.
Oh.
She said we're going to be mastering. And I'm like, oh, we're going to be talking about mastering. We may, so just hold tight.
we don't have all the episodes ideas yet. So if you want that to be a topic, then let us know. Dr. Ruth has passed away, but I'm sure we can find an expert on it.
Hey, Renee and I got her covered. Like,
real life.
Your uterus today. No. Stop it. Oh my God, we gotta go. We gotta go. Stay tuned. Come back next week. We will be dropping new episodes each and every Tuesday. Until then, stay golden, keep sparkling, and we just so appreciate you listening to us. Have a great one. Always be unapologetic.
I love that.
Y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Unapologetically Badass, rocking midlife through hormones, life, and wealth. Thank you so much for joining us on this wild ride.
And don't forget to hit follow, subscribe, or like us wherever you watch these podcasts. Share this episode and all of our episodes with a friend who you think needs a little badassery in their life.
And don't hesitate to tell us what topics you would like to hear, or if you want to share your own badass stories. Drop us a comment or message us on our socials. We love hearing from you.
Absolutely. And tune in next Tuesday for more unfiltered truths and lots of laughs. Until then, stay rocking, stay bold, and live unapologetically.
Bye, everyone. Stay badass.